Hey, what's going on, everybody? Once again, we are live. We are back. I know it's been a minute. Y'all probably missed us. It is what it is. Listen, we've been behind the scenes working on a major project. And when I say major, I do mean major. Yesterday, we actually launched a book that is starting a movement. So the book came with a book, a workbook, and the Spanish version. All three of those books went number one on Amazon yesterday in multiple categories, not just one, not just two, not just, it was like way more than five each. So for those of y'all that are tuning in, I'm joined by the guests, the authors of this very special book, this movement. How y'all doing today?
Great,
Good,
great.
good.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday, happy Sunday. So listen. Normally when we launch a book, it's it's probably me sitting here quiet and some other author who is explaining what's going on in the book. Um, well, I was the lead author. I was kind of chosen to do the project. They were like, "You got to do a book of your own," and luckily, I got some great friends that are go getters, that are power hitters, and this is exactly what we did. Was we put together a project that's going to impact lives across the country. So let me just tell y'all a little bit. Let me introduce the authors first. I might ramble a little bit, but hey, y'all stay with me. We're gonna have fun. You hating, keep hating. If you loving us, keep loving us. We're gonna win and work together. So if everybody could just jump in, kind of introduce yourself real quick.
I'll start it off then. My name is Charles Woods. I'm a servant leader. This makes my seventh first bestseller. Number one bestsellers author's book. I'm an educator, 20 years in education, teacher, coach, assistant principal. Uh, love what I do. I'm a father, brother, sister, father, brother, son, uncle, friend. Excited to be on this journey, and I truly hope that you get a part of this movement that we're about to embark on.
Let's go. Let's go. Who's up next?
I'll go. I'm Haas Tabrizi. I'm here in the DMV. I have three wonderful children, and I'm married to a great wife, Carolyn Tabrizi. Everything I do is represented by my parents, and just like everyone here, live every day, live every moment, trying to make people better. And really excited about this project. Talking about the winning mindset all the time, and just hope others can pick up on it and just win the day all the time.
Come on. That's what I'm talking about, Hoss. We call him Breezy for short. Who's next?
I'll jump in there. Hey guys, first, just want to say thanks to Sugar Ray for having me be a part of this amazing project. Thanks for the effort, the energy. Thanks to everybody for the support. My name is Chip Baker. I'm a fourth generation educator, teacher, former coach, multiple time best-selling author. Truly grateful for that. I strive to take care of people that take care of people. That is my mission, and just honored to be a part of this, and really looking forward to the growth from it. So thank you.
Let's go. If y'all don't know him by now, you need to go and research him. His name is Chip Baker.
Go get it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess I'll go next. My name is Monica Nisi Earl Washington. This is my fourth number one best-selling book. It is a great honor and privilege to be among some of the most amazing authors in this book. I am actually currently living in the DMV area, DC, Maryland, Virginia area, and I am here in Houston, Texas, live. So I spend my days at the Pentagon Monday through Friday. I operate my own personal business, which is Nisi Soft and Sweet, holistic shea butter product. I'm a mother of two children. And I will say that when you see me, I stand for every sister that did not survive domestic violence, and that's where I tap in on this great book.
Come on, Miss Nisi.
All right, I will go next. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Kristen Davis. I am a licensed professional counselor here in the Houston area and in Texas. And just now, as of yesterday, I am now a best-selling author. I'm so super excited. On the Winning Mindset book, I wrote a chapter on mental health, mental resiliency, and how to overcome specific issues in life that'll keep resurfacing in order to maintain that winning mindset. Thanks for having me.
Come on. Hey, she's a newcomer, but she ain't no rookie. BP, you want to introduce yourself real quick?
What's happening, folks? It's a beautiful day here.
We can barely hear you, man.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'm at a state fair, Nebraska State Fair, and broadcasting. So there's about several thousand people around me. Day 21,946. Glorious, beautiful. I'm thankful for it. I said thank you this morning for all of you yesterday and the work that was done. I said I love you because I appreciate how much work you put into it and how much you care about it. And then at the end of the day, as Sugar Ray posts his messages, we have to say collectively, individually, and in unison, well done, well done, well done.
Oh man, come on, listen, and so these are just a few of the authors that are in the Winning Mindset.
Do we get everybody?
Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Do we get everybody?
Yeah, that's everybody that's on right now. That's everybody.
Well, you got me too. Deuce is here. Awesome, Texas.
Come on.
I was just trying to help Deuce out, brother.
Yeah. Nah. Just like everybody else said, I'm happy to be a part of the project. Deuce Malone, Austin, Texas resident, born in the Houston, Texas area. Music is my passion. Over 20 years in the game and still going it. And my chapter in the book is a little bit about how you can get your path to music. But I'm happy to be here. Happy Sunday, everybody.
All right. There we go. Thank you, Hoss. Thank you, Deuce. Listen, everybody that is a part of this project, and I guess y'all probably want to see me when I start saying a little bit. Everybody that is a part of this project brings so much. They bring so much energy. They bring so much passion, and they bring so much expertise, because these aren't just people who went out and said, "Hey, I want to talk about winning." No, these are people that are winning at an extremely high level. Some of the things that you just heard are just the tip of the iceberg for the people that are in the book. I could go on and brag about each one of them, but I'll tell you how this project came to be. It was actually a conversation that I was having, and I normally check in with different authors, with different people that I consider friends and family, right? Because each of the authors that I work with, I prefer to work with people that there's a vibe, that there's a chemistry, and that there is familial love shown back and forth. I got your back, you got my back. We share resources, we share everything. And so me and Ms. Nisi was talking, and she said, you know what? Somebody actually approached me about being in a book a while ago, and it just didn't feel right the way that they were moving. And I want to be a part of a project with BOBM that has some of the heavy hitters in BOBM. And when I say I put a call out, and within 30 minutes, about 10 people showed up and said, "Yo, I'm in." And it's these 7 that you see along with me, along with 6 others who are in this project, and they all have the same mindset, same mentality. But we realized something. What are we going to call this book? What is this book going to be about? And lately, if you haven't noticed, there's a shift in the atmosphere. And when I say there's a shift, good people are being done dirty. Good people are going through life changes, going through life experiences. Some people are elevating to next levels that they've never been before. And it's that shift can cause can cause a lot of friction and a lot of fear amongst people. And so we said, you know what? Well, how do we keep going and going and going, even in the midst of everything that's happening? Several people on this project have done some things recently, dealt with family issues, dealt with life issues, dealt with recent divorces. And so with that being said, you have to, from the outside looking in, people see, oh, well, life is really easy for them. It's like, nah, we dealing with the same things that y'all are dealing with, and sometimes even more. But what is it that keeps us going? And so that's what this project is all about. How do you maintain a winning mindset in the midst of everything that's happening in life? And so these artists share from their levels of expertise. And I know my brother Hoss has to go before long, so I'm going to actually bring him in first to talk about what is the winning mindset to you, and what are you sharing with the people in this project.
Before we do that, Sugar Ray, how many #1 best-selling authors has BOBM produced?
To date, 330.
Okay,
330 #1 best-selling authors.
330. With this book, there's 14. And with this 14, I would imagine at least a couple hundred people from each author is impacted. And then after that, their kids are impacted. And after that, their kids are impacted. So that becomes thousands. So you going and starting this book, you creating best-selling authors, imagine how many lives you've impacted by helping people become better people. Imagine how many lives you've impacted by allowing people to flourish and shine and show how great they are. So thank you, #1. Now,
thank you.
Of course. Now for the book, there's two things I'll say real quick. For a lot of us who are athletes, we grew up with Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Jerry Rice. And I remember distinctly, there's the Michael Jordan commercial where he talks about how many shots he's missed, how many game winners he's missed, how many mistakes he's made. He wasn't a good shooter, and coming into the NBA, he was not a good shooter coming out of North Carolina, but arguably the best basketball player of all time. And if you're my age or older, you're going to say he is the best basketball player of all time. And I'm a Laker fan, so got to give respect where it's due. And that came with a lot of hard work. That came with work ethic. That came with the resiliency. He had lots of issues going on. He couldn't handle certain teams. He'd get beat up, but he would fight. He'd have that work ethic. He had that right mindset where, okay, just because I lost doesn't mean my career's over. Doesn't mean it's done. It's what am I going to come back with next year? What am I going to learn from that? Learning from his wins. We're learning from his losses. That's what a person with a winning mindset does. So those of us who have an athletic background, we often see that in our superstars, in our GOATs, in our heroes. They always have that winning mindset. There's no score that they can't overcome. 28-3, whatever the score might be, you know that they're going to come back. So that's one thing that if you have a sports mind, let that winning mindset come to you in real life. Let that happen. When you have something bad go on, recalibrate, reset. In the words of DP, get the GPS in the right way. Get that GPS back in order. So that's one thing I want to say on the sports side. But you and I talked about this one, Sugar Ray. In my industry, there's a story about a slot machine. And if you pull this slot machine 50,000 times, at the end, you're going to get $100 million. Pick whatever number you want. You're going to get a lot of money if you pull the slot machine. However, along the way, the first pull, you're fat, you're ugly, you're stupid. Any other negativity, every pull, there's something negative. But you just have to know once you get to that 50,000th pull, you're going to get that reward. You're going to get that prize at the end. So along the way, there's going to be friction and there's going to be obstacles. Are you willing to keep pulling that and keep going back to it, knowing that at the end, you're going to be a winner? And those with the winning mindset, they just keep going and going and going. Thank you.
Come on, Hoss. I think people, you gave them half the story, man, because there's a lot behind that slot machine, and y'all missed it, right? So listen, I think y'all missed that point. If you pulled the slot machine 50,000 times, and you knew that on the 50,000th time you would win $10 million, would you keep pulling that slot machine? And I think every last one of us would answer the question, yes. But in this situation, in real life, most of us run from the negativity, run from the obstacles, run from things that look like obstacles, which are really opportunities in disguise. And you gotta keep pulling that lever and keep persevering through it. And that's how you get to that 50 millionth stroke. Come on, Hoss, bring that knowledge in. All right.
Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. Listen, our next author, and we're gonna go in alphabetical order, the order of the chapters, is this guy he's amazing in many rights. He's an educator. He's went through the ranks to go from educator to coach to assistant principal to principal. Not only that, but he coaches and develops the people around him in such a way that he does it with love, he does it with grace, and he does it with tenacity. And so I want to introduce y'all to another brother of mine, Mr. Charles Woods. You got to come off mute though, brother.
All right, Sugar Ray, thank you for because I was about to start talking without hitting that button. I really was. Thank you for this opportunity, Sugar Ray. First of all, BOBM been there for me through the multiple books that have been bestsellers. Very excited about this journey that we're on. Like you said before, this is a project. It's more than just a book. It's a project. I joined these projects because I like to be around like-minded individuals, positive individuals. I've never been the type of person that lives in negativity. Just concentrate on the positive things that go on in life and try to push forward and try to push those forward that are in my care as well. Just focusing on my chapter, I kind of touch on the word great, because you hear the word great a whole lot. But for me, through my journey in life, great has meant certain things for me. I break that down into using the letters into an acronym that stands for like grateful, resilient, energy, accountable, and trust. Just, when you're going through life and to focus on that winning mindset, I start with just being grateful every day, just being grateful for the opportunity to open my eyes up in the morning, be 1% better than I was the day before. Grateful for those who come before me, so I have the opportunity to do what I do on a daily basis. Resilient, because there's going to be trials and tribulations. You're going to go through struggles in life, wherever that may be, divorce, lose your job, losing houses, rent, not being able to afford certain things. But how do you bounce back from those struggles is what really matters. Not the time that you're down and things are happening to you, but you bouncing back is the real defining part of you. Your energy is everything. Like I said, don't live on negativity. Always focusing on positive. So my energy is always positive. I'm always upbeat and positive. Try to greet everyone that I deal with on a daily basis with a smile, and accountable. Being accountable for your actions. You need to own your actions. You shouldn't have anybody having to keep up with what you're supposed to be doing. As an adult, as a human being, you just need to be accountable for yourself and trust. The ones that are in your care should trust that you have the best interest really in, that you have the best interest for them, that you're going to take care of them, that you're going to make sure that you're being firm in your leadership but fair, so those around you should trust you in that way. And as you're building that trust, you should learn to trust those as well. You can't do anything by yourself in life. You got to have a good circle around you that'll support you in what you're going through, whether that's your organization and that's just in life. Winning mindset is something that's pushed me through my life, through my trials and tribulations, and to make it in anything, you got to have that winning mindset. Again, I enjoy being a part of this project. I look forward to the amazing things that we do in the future and the lives that we get to impact.
Come on. Listen, there's more to being great than just using the word, right? And I love that. Like Charles said, if you missed it, go back and buy the book. That way you get all the details of how he broke that down. Because that message it stands true. Like after reading Charles's chapter, I learned a lot more about how he is and why he is the way that he is. So I think that everybody should make that purchase as well. Not just because it's our book, but because it's a great book. Great book. Right?
Great
All right.
book. Yes,
Listen,
sir.
as y'all know, we got to take a quick commercial break, and I'm gonna go back to an oldie but goodie. There's a few people that were actually a part of the project that will not be on. Technical issues. They're a little bit older. My parents, I love them to death. Thank y'all for writing the forward. They made authors 15 and 16 in this book, and but one of the first books that we actually had a chance to publish was a 9-year-old young man. And let's take it back to those days. Luckily, I captured those memories because now he's 14 and it's a whole different guy. We'll be right back.
Hi world, this is Zayden, and this is my first book. You should buy it. It's a really good book. Really good.
All right. Listen, legacy is everything, y'all. Everybody on here is working, fighting, and creating their legacies. And so, with that being said, one of the next authors that I'm going to introduce you to, man. Let's just say this guy does it all. The podcast, he does the speaking, he's the connector. I've heard other people say I'm a connector. Nah, man. This guy actually connects people to people, and he connects good people to good people. I call him a brother. He's been there. We met in 2018. I was going through a coaching program, and he just happened to be one of the guest speakers, and he was talking about the things that he was doing. I said, man, that's a great guy, and he's right down the street from me in Conroe. I'm in Houston. Come on, man, we gotta connect. I was actually in Austin at the time, but knew that I was going to be back in Houston soon. And anytime you're in Texas, we're going to connect. So let me introduce y'all to my brother, Chip Baker.
Sugar Ray, what's going on, man? Again, I know I started off earlier when we did the intro saying thank you, but I just want to say it again, man. Thank you so much for all that you do, all that you have done for us, with the business side, helping us, showing us the way on all of that stuff, man. We're truly grateful and appreciative of that. Man, it's been a great journey. We've accomplished some pretty cool things together. And when, I always tell like Woods on here, I'm continuing to be blown away every day. Like it's crazy the blessings that are coming and the opportunities that we're having from all of this. And so it's been a cool journey. But as far as my chapter, in our book, The Winning Mindset, for me, I'm gonna go with the quote of I think it's Cali. All I do is win, no matter what, right?
Come on.
And so in this, hands go up. Oh my bad. Wait a minute, I'm feeling it. My bad. No, but really the focus is you want to always strive to be winning in whatever it is you do. I think the importance of that is, breaking down what's important now, right? WIN. And so you have to really focus in on like what's important right now for me to be in the moment. And I think when you allow yourself to do that, that sets you on a trajectory where your mindset is in the right place as well, right? And so for me in my chapter, I talk about how you develop a winning mindset. And I break down, that you have to understand limits, possibilities, and opportunities. And so at the end of the day, when you look at it, if you limit yourself, you limit yourself, right? So, we are the only people, we are the only person that can hold us back from achieving whatever it is we want to achieve in our life. And then once we like wholeheartedly realize that, oh man, watch out, right? When you're able to understand that, you become a multiple time best-selling author. Right? It allows you to do so many things that you never even fathom that you can achieve and do. I think the next thing is possibilities, and you have to understand the possibilities are possible. I don't care who you are, wherever you come from, whatever you had to grow through, catch that, grow through, not go through, right? None of that matters. What matters is how you're going to respond to it and get on the right path. And so you have to know that the possibilities are possible for whoever you are, wherever you are. And then the last component that I discussed in my chapter is opportunities. And opportunities bring opportunities. A lot of times we get caught up in looking, down the road or not, being in the moment and truly enjoying the moment that we're blessed to have. But really, at the end of the day, there's a whole lot of people that would love to be in our shoes and have the opportunities that we have, right? So we have to understand that we have to be where our feet are planted, enjoy the moment right now, be in the moment, and know that down the road, opportunities will bring us opportunities if we just maximize those opportunities right now. So that's my chapter. Again, I want to say thanks so much for the opportunity. Thanks so much for the authors, the other authors. I'm excited to read their chapters and learn from them and grow with them as well. So again, thank you, Sugar Ray. Go get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, if y'all are tuning in, y'all are only getting a tip of the iceberg of the information that these authors share. Like Chip said, you gotta grow through your go through. And like he said, some of y'all will miss that, but y'all will catch it when you're going through. You miss the blessings when you miss the blessings, right? There's an old saying said by Jay-Z, and I love to do Jay-Z because he drops so much knowledge. He says even a loss is a lesson, so it's still a victory for me. So we consistently learning and growing. Listen, our next author that we're gonna bring up. When I say this guy yesterday, he shut it down. he shut it down towards the end. And he's one of less than 100 in his current field. Less than one in 100 to do what he's done. Has 2 TED Talks, runs a radio station. Owns a radio station, and is filled with love and compassion. I want to introduce y'all to my brother, Mr. Derek Pearson.
Hey, everybody. It is a blessed. Sugar Ray, co-authors, family, friends, universe. Thank you for including me and for allowing me to be a part of all the love that's in this space. I love what you've done. I love who you are. I love who you're going to be. As Sugar Ray said, I'm out here in Lincoln, Nebraska, own and operate a sports radio station here covering the mighty Huskers of the University of Nebraska. 30 years in the game of broadcasting, taking some lessons and losses along the way. Those things set me up to win going forward. I had to go through that friction in order to keep going and move forward. But the key to winning is using friction as propulsion to move you forward and up. That's the only way this thing gets down. I am also the curator of 2 TED Talks. I got to present twice. Both of those, one was on American history and American faith. The other is coaching and teaching young people and identifying who they are and who they can be before they do. The co-authoring thing with this BOBM family has been exceptional to me. It gives voice and person to the messages and the lessons that we've learned, and we have to continually do that. I am a walking, talking miracle, and I say that openly and I say that out loud. I am undefeated, though. So all the things that I've gone through were to provide me with perspective, provide me with information, provide me with all the things that I need, and then to identify that in order to win, you must constantly and consistently move forward and up from where you are. Truth is required to win. You have to know where you come from, where you are currently, and where you're trying to get to. And then honesty is also required to move from where you are to where you're going. So you can't get anywhere just by accident. You have to be intentional. You have to be purposeful. The best thing that I've ever done in this world always is tied to two things: action and love. Like in the grind, athletes think of winning as a process, as an end result, but it is a series of decisions, a series of actions that constantly move us forward towards something. If you don't put the GPS in place to say, hey, winning is required at this end, and here's the end game, you cannot arrive there on time or on purpose. That's what winning is. The best thing that I've ever done as a coach was to take a group of young men in Falls Church, Virginia, who had nothing. They were a rudderless ship. I've had teams that actually had better results in winning games. But the greatest amount of work and the greatest amount of growth and the greatest amount of love that ever existed in the space that I coached in was this young group of folks who had no idea about who they were. They had no idea where they were, and they had no idea what they wanted to be. Amongst them now, years later, I've got Ivy League students. I've got young men who are DJs, who are doing things at the highest level on a world level. I've got folks in the military who are excelling in their leadership. And I say that word leadership and I lean in, because leadership is a love and action thing, and to be careful about how we decide to use it. The next thing, take one more step, one more time, one more day. Winning is a GPS that is love-based, and it, no matter what you're trying to accomplish, if love isn't attached to it, it's not winning. No matter what you're attached to, if you're not active in it, don't tell me you love the Lord without being active in it. Don't tell me you love the sport without being active like you love it. Don't tell me that you want to do business at the highest level without loving who you do it for, loving why you do it, and then loving the result. Listen, I'm going to tell you, in this book, it's just a chance to celebrate heroes. They're hiding they're hiding the capes on you right now, folks. I'm letting you know, all these authors sitting here got big bad old capes, and when they get done with this, they're going to fluff those capes. They're going to stand in that pose that we're all familiar with chin up, chest out, fists to hips, and they're about to do some amazing things, because that's what they've done consistently and constantly every day of their lives. Listen, you're undefeated. Whatever obstacle you face, whatever friction, you're undefeated. You got here. You made it to today. And the next thing that you do is to go forward and up. And if you're really a superhero, you're going to take others with you. Sugar Ray, look what you've done. Look what you've created. Look who you've elevated. And each and every person that watches this video, buys this book, and been a part of this project is going forward and up, because that's where all the good stuff is. I love y'all. Thank you. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Come on, man. I told y'all DP didn't come to play with y'all. Listen, if you saw the banner behind him, and I'm gonna bring him back on just so y'all can see what the banner is. He has a full sports show out there in Nebraska, 93.7 FM The Ticket. You can listen to it on TuneIn. You can listen to it on on the internet, anywhere you can find radio stations, and make sure y'all go follow the Facebook page because he's doing some amazing things, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. By the way, did we mention he owns that station? Let's go. Yeah. Hey, and listen. So if you're just kind of getting a glimpse into the mindset of what this book is, it is these are authors that are accelerating and owning the lanes that they are in. And when I say owning the lanes that they're in, most people try to dilly and dally in different lanes, and they're not good at any of them. Well, everybody in this book, they're gurus in their lane. This next young lady that I'm going to bring on, when I say that she has a heart for people, she has a passion for people, she loves on others. Her relationship with her husband is such a testament of what love looks like, and what the trials and tribulations still come together to make a great melting pot. She has a nonprofit. She is, let's just say, she's doing the doggone thing. And she is genuinely a good person who wants to see others win. Miss Chanel Dawson. You got to come off mute, though.
Hey, listen. I'm a multitasker today, y'all. I'm multitasking. Today we celebrating not only myself for this writing this amazing book with these winning mindset leaders. I mean, but today I'm here at the Humble Civic Center celebrating my mother-in-law's 70th birthday. Okay, listen, 70. That's the promise. All right. And then she's celebrating being a cancer survivor. Come on. And then she's celebrating graduating, getting her bachelor's degree. Come on. See, I surround myself with winners that have winning mindsets. I think, since we're talking about the winning mindset, here we go. I'm Chanel Dawson. I'm a wife. I'm a life coach. I am a mother. I'm a sister, daughter, all of that. But most importantly, I'm a God fearing woman, right? I love on people the way that God expects me to love on them, which is sometimes, not easy. That's why you have to have a winning mindset, because you have to love on people who sometimes might not be in the right frame of mind to love on you. So having a winning mindset is important. So if you have not gotten this book, you need to get this book, okay, about the winning mindset, to get yourself on a straight and narrow path to getting the winning mindset. Having a winning mindset is very important today. Every time you turn on TV, you see negative things. So having a winning mindset is very important, right? So in my chapter, you'll see me talking about generational wealth, building generational wealth through having a winning mindset. I'm just so thankful for BOBM for giving not only myself, but the other authors an opportunity to just collaborate and to talk about how important it is, for everyone to come together with all the different backgrounds that we have. Is not just, spiritual, but it's natural as well. It's people who are, doing other things, teachers and principals and DJs, and it's just so amazing. It's so amazing what Sugar Ray has put together, to give back to the community. So yeah, we're excited about this. I'm excited about this. I know y'all hear the background noise. I'm not going to be long because I want to go in here and I want to celebrate, with my mother-in-law. I'm excited about it. But yes, you guys have to get this book. You have to get this book. You have to start to get the workbook. Listen, get the workbook. You have to. It's important, right? So winning mindset, man, I don't even know what to say. If you're not winning, that just means you're losing, right? And we don't have enough time in this life to lose. Most of us been losing all our life. So now it's time to set our path so we can win, right? So I love this scripture where it talks about let this mind be in me that's in Christ Jesus. That's a winning mindset, right? Because we can't win without him. We can try, but we'll come right back to the same place. So yeah, I'm thankful. I'm grateful, and I want to thank everybody who's going to see this, who's seeing it now, who might come back and look at it. Get the book. Go on Amazon and get the book. Listen, if you know any of the authors, get with them so you can get the book and get the workbook, and let's win. Let's do this. That's it.
Come on now, sis. Listen, get the book, get the book. I just gotta make one correction. Get with one of these authors that is speaking so much truth and buy it directly from them, because you can get the book autographed by your favorite author. That's the whole point of it. Everybody is winning, and happy birthday to your mother-in-law, 70. Listen, we're gonna
70.
celebrate for her. I will whatever's in my cup over here, I will toast to her
Toast
before
it
the
up.
day.
Yeah, toast it up for her. I'm telling you, that young lady is amazing. She's been through so much. 70 years. Listen, I'm trying to get there, honey. I'm trying to get there, and I have to stay humble because it's the only way.
Come on now. Come on. Listen. These authors, as y'all can hear, there's so much power and so many people that are going to be impacted by this. I'll just give y'all a sneak preview into what's coming next. Mark your calendars. March 4th, 2023. March 4th, 2023. We are doing the Winning Mindset Conference right here in Houston, Texas. It's not going to be a small conference. It's going to be a huge conference because we're bringing in people from all backgrounds. You got your financial planners, you have your motivational speakers, you have your educators, you have your entrepreneurs, you have your former NFL, you have your mental health specialist, you have the music guru. And speaking of the music guru, listen, we got a guy in this book. He's real humble. So that's why I'm about to brag on him. Like, he don't brag on himself. If you ever meet him in person, he's the most down to earth person you'll ever meet. The has the best heart. Really good guy. I remember going to an event in December, and it was all these people who were quote unquote business owners and who were doing big things around the city. And people were kind of walking past, and some of the people were walking up telling me the things that they were doing, and I'm like, this is the person you need to meet. This guy got 20 years in the music industry, is a part of the AMAs, is on the Grammy board that puts the Grammys together every year. It has a festival in Austin that's been running for almost 20 years. If I'm not mistaken, at least 20 years, the Urban Music Festival in Austin, Texas. He's on the team. Had a #1 radio show in the city of Austin for 6 years running, and is still connected to major artists, some of the artists that you listen to on the radio, including the Queen. Let me just let that sit right there, including the Queen. And if y'all wondering, listen, just go do your research. The dude is doing the thing, and he's so humble with it. But I call him a brother. I call him a brother because when we met being knuckleheads, but we grew up and grew. And the things that he's done over the years, I'm so proud of him. I can't even begin to tell you how proud I am of him. And I know your mom's watching, so I'm gonna say happy birthday again, moms, because yesterday was her birthday. She celebrated 60, so happy birthday again. But I want to bring on my brother in life, my brother in the Masonic fraternity, Mr. Deuce Malone.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Sugar Ray, and happy Sunday to everybody out there. My name is Deuce Malone, as Suge said. 20-year music industry vet. Music has been my life since day one. And this whole winning mindset, when Sugar Ray told me about this opportunity, I really wanted to be a part of it because there is something you have to do if you want to be successful in your life. And right now, if you're watching this, whether you're watching this live or you're watching the replay, share this video with somebody you know that has a dream. Share with them right now. If it's you watching this, I got a dream, like the video. Make sure you're out there, because we want to make sure we keep you involved and let you all know what's going on with the winning mindset. Because as Sugar Ray said, this is bigger than just a book. A mindset isn't just a one-time thing. It's something that goes on and on and on. Nobody on this call did one thing and stopped. you heard the story so far and you hear the rest of them, you get the book, you get the full insight into what it really takes to win. But it's a shift you have to make within yourself. You know, what is it going to take to accomplish what you want to do? Some people trip themselves up by making excuses. Excuses are tools incompetent people use to build monuments and nothing. So you got to get over that. Whatever you want to do, you can accomplish it, but you have to change the way you think about your situation and look for the alternative solutions around those. What is going to propel you to the next level? When you figure that out, you continue to grow and continue going, because once you get past one stumbling block, another one is going to come. There are going to be things in your life that you don't anticipate. I'll tell you a real quick story about myself. Sugar Ray mentioned me being in radio. We had the #1 radio station for 6 years plus. We had zero competition in the Austin area for the most part. We had taken down competition 3 times. By taking down, I mean the radio station, our competitors shut down. They log on, come on air. Within a year, they couldn't compete, went away. We did this like 3 times. Then after 6 years, the management at the radio station just said, you know what? We're going to close our doors and we're going to move in a different direction. We were successful. But guess what? That didn't stop me, who wanted to be involved in music for my life. I had to pivot. That's what the winning mindset is about. Looking at an obstacle, saying, all right, this is a minor setback. What did I learn here? How can I apply it to continue on my path to get to where I want to go? So that's what it's about. If you have that drive, if you have that ambition, type yes in chat. If you're one of those people, if you're a winner, just type yes in chat. Get the book, get the workbook, let it be your guide so you can get to your goals, and keep in contact with all the people on this call. Thank you, Sugar Ray.
Come on, man. Like I said, humble and still dropping gems and dropping facts, man. My brother Deuce. Listen, y'all. There's so much more that's coming from this project, and we're just touching the iceberg with this. Like I said, the conference is coming March 4th, 2023. Connect with your favorite author on this launch so that you can get your book autographed and signed directly from them. And as I always say, don't buy just one copy, buy 2, one to read and one to share, directly from the author. That way you have it in your library at home. We're getting ready to take a quick commercial break, and then we come back with a few more special guests, a few more authors. And when I tell y'all the power is just beginning, there's more power. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back in about, what I always say, 2 and 2.
Everybody has a story, and so do you. We know that you've been through life, been through heartaches, been through pain, been through depression. You've thought about writing your book for years, wanting to help change lives because of the things that you've overcome. We don't know what your story is, but we can help you turn your story into a living, breathing book that creates opportunities for you to impact lives and change the world. The business of books is here to teach you the opportunities that come from your book, how to write your book, how to brand yourself, how to market your book, and how to get in front of the right people to sell that book. We have an amazing team of designers, an amazing team of editors. We have a team behind you to help you get through your first book and get it to the world so that the world knows you are here. So remember, everybody has a story. It's time to write yours.
All right. We are back. Listen, I know that banner says over 200 #1 best-selling authors. We're actually now at 330 Amazon #1 best-selling authors, 57 of those international best-selling authors, and 20 #1 international best-selling authors. So with that being said, we're gonna jump right back in. Y'all have been tuned in, watching and listening and learning from the authors of the Winning Mindset Project. And I call it a project because there's a book and a workbook that is coming with it, and there's a curriculum that we are launching as well. So if you're at schools, if you're at businesses, if you want your employees to have that winning mindset, if you want people in the music industry, you want to have that winning mindset. If you are in sports, you want to have that winning mindset. We have the facilitator for you. All of the people that you are watching now are actually trained professional winning mindset experts, and they can come in and help your organization go to the next level as well. So don't sleep on us, because this is something that's going to take not only the people that are in our circle, but also the people that are in your life to the next level. Speaking of going to the next level, listen, I gotta introduce y'all to, I call her my little sister. We look just like twins. I promise y'all we look just like twins. I got the curly hair and everything, right? I let mine down a lot, so y'all don't see it, but it be like that. This young lady, when we first met, we met at an event where we were speaking together back in, I think it was 2013, 2014. And the energy was just through the roof. We did a few additional speaking engagements together. And shortly thereafter, I started the youth program, the Claim Your Destiny Youth Leadership Program at Turner Roberts Rec Center. These kids were so amazing. And the young men were growing and learning, and said, you know what? The young ladies kept saying, when you going to do a program for us? When you going to do a program for us? I thought about it. I said, who do I know that brings power, that has enthusiasm, that has the passion for these youngsters? Boom, I got it. And I made the phone call. And when I made that phone call, my little sister picked up and said, I'm in, bro. Now she is actually chasing her. She is in the DFW area. So if y'all out there in the DFW area, to all my homies out there, make sure y'all take care of my little sister. But she is pursuing her doctorate in mental health. She's a mental health specialist. So with that being said, I'm going to introduce you to my little sister. Like I said, we look just like twins, Miss Erica Howard, MS.
What is going on, y'all? Hi, how are y'all doing? My name is Miss Erica Howard, and yes, I am his little. Actually, I said this yesterday, and I'm gonna say this till I die. I am not little. I'm hyperly challenged in a sense, but yes, I am Miss Erica Howard, and I was pulling up a part of my book, and I wanted to read this part in there because this really has a lot to do with what I'm dealing with at this particular moment, and then also other people that are getting ready to read this book. So before I get started, okay, so a part in the book that really sticks out to me as far as it goes with what I wrote is I said, to have a winning mindset, you must be okay with failure, right? You've got to be okay with failure. And it says true success resides in the ability to take ownership of the things you did not accomplish. Many people become so accustomed to failure that it stops them from achieving due to a lack of determination. True determination is a result of persevering further than those who gave up in life, right? And so when I was writing this, I had actually just literally launched my first book. I don't know who launches 2 books in 1 month. This person does. Sugar Ray, I appreciate it. You said, I got something big going on and I want you to be a part of it. So I just want to thank you for doing that. And then also, I do want to just briefly touch bases with you all in regards to what really motivated me in doing this, and my struggles. A lot of times we say, hey, I can do this. I'm able to handle this situation. And we don't realize that we forget to explain and talk about the things that we could not do, right? That's the uncomfortable feelings. That's the divorce. That's the neglect. The things that we don't like to talk. when I did actually put this out, I was a little scared. I did not know what to say. I didn't know why to say it, but I just trusted the vision of Sugar Ray. And so the title, it kind of reminds me of I don't know if you all know Napoleon Hill. What is it? Think and Grow Rich. Okay. This book really reminds me of that book. I feel as though we are on the brink of something great. 10 years from now, there are going to be people that get this book in their hand, and they are going to be able to say, I remember those authors that were a part of this project, a part of this movement, a part of this thing that really helped me back then. And we have to be able to really look forward without looking backwards. And that looking backwards is all a part of that mental toughness, that mindset that we really had to use, and to be able to tell our story, right? So this book, I see it, I can feel it. It's kind of like that movie, The Secret. This is really seriously, I feel that this is going to be, and this is already something like that, because we have been able to really adapt to what the secret is, and that is a mental mindset, which is the title of my chapter. But the winning mindset, this book is, it's going somewhere, you guys. I can guarantee you it's going somewhere. And so Sugar Ray and the rest of the team, I can't wait to see you guys in person. Hold it down. I'm not a gangster, by all means, but I get a little gangster every once in a while, and that is okay. So Sugar Ray, thank you so much. Everybody else, thank y'all so much. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. Those that have not gotten a copy of the book, you need to get off of this live when we finish and go and purchase this book immediately, expeditiously. So Sugar Ray, thank you so much. And let's go. Let's go. Sorry.
Come on with it. Yeah. Listen, that's what the winning mindset is all about. The energy, and she's like that all the time, right? I see you stole Chip tagline with the let's go, let's get it. But listen, we sharing. One thing about a book of this nature, we're talking about the mind, right? So when you start talking about the mind, you got to talk about people. There are some things that are going on in people's minds that you have to restructure. Most of us come from one paradigm or another. And so depending on the paradigm that you come from, you see the world through those lenses and those lenses only. And so we were blessed because we actually have two mental health specialists in this book. And they are both so passionate and so sweet in the way that they deliver their messages, and they give you so much game. I know it's a stigma in our community. I'm not going to see no counselor. Don't nobody, fam, go get you a counselor. Go work on your head so you can get your heart right and you can heal for those people that love you. That's from me to you. And that's knowing some of the people that are in this world that need to heal. Until you heal, you can't properly love. T.I. said it this way, and I'm gonna give y'all a bunch of hip hop references. You gotta love it. T.I. said, if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody. And there's a lot of people out there that still haven't healed that kid on the inside that has been hurt and wounded, or that former employee that was hurt, or that former spouse or former loved one, or whatever it was, whatever position you were in, you never fully healed. We have two mental health specialists in this book that are sharing from a place of passion. This next young lady, when I tell you that she's living it right now. And when I say living it, from one of the most painful places that you can possibly live it, But if you see her, you would never know it because she keeps that smile on her face. She keeps that energy. She just has this glow about herself, and she loves on those who love her back. So I want to introduce y'all to Miss the first time. Wait a minute. She's a first time bestseller, but she didn't enter the game as a one-time number one bestseller. She enters the bestsellers club as a three-time number one best-selling author, Miss Kristen Davis.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm Kristen. I am a licensed professional counselor. And I am so excited to be a part of the winning mindset. So what really attracted me to doing this project was, one, it was an honor to be asked and be included with all of the people that you've heard and all of the people that you will hear. I'm an admirer. I'm a fan of all of you guys. So I was just happy to be here, happy to be in the room, right? But the other thing that really moved me was that I had a story to share. And growing up, I had a really, standard life, what you usually think about, your parents, your siblings. We were close. But as I got older and became an actual therapist, I would tell my clients how to do things, how to approach things, but I had never lived a lot of the issues that I had seen my clients have. And then one day I got the call that my 20-year-old brother was shot and killed. And it rocked me. It broke me almost. And I had to dig in and find that same resiliency that I talk about in my chapter in this book, but it was not easy, and it takes a lot from you. And I wanted to share that with people because sometimes we get into situations. With me, it was grief. With some people, it's trauma, something that's happened to you, and we can't beat it. We stop. I heard someone say that earlier. We just kind of stop. And the key is getting that resiliency, getting that mental strategicness to dig yourself out of that hole and keep going. And the thing that I like to say about grief, but it applies to everything else that has happened to you, it doesn't go away. We say we beat it, but it's not really that you beat it. I use the analogy that you pack it up in a suitcase and you take it with you. So it's like if you had a big 100-pound suitcase and you were walking around with it at first, it's a struggle to carry that suitcase. But every day goes by, you pick it up and carry it with you again. It gets easier to carry. You didn't beat it and it's still there, but you learn how to walk with it. You learn how to live your life with that heaviness, right? So what I talk about is understanding how you feel after these painful things have happened, how you continue to move forward, knowing that this thing is still a part of you, but you master it. That's the word I like to use. You don't get away from it. That grief, that trauma, whatever it is going to keep visiting you. It'll knock on the door when you least expect it. There are days where I'm just fine. There are days where it hurts and I'm down, but you have to learn how to master that feeling, that trauma, that trigger, and you have to learn how to walk around with it. And for everyone, it looks different. So it could be that you help yourself dig out of that hole. It could be that you get a therapist and help dig out of that hole. I do recommend that, of course, because we're therapists. But whatever that thing is for you, that's what the winning mindset is about. Finding that thing that keeps you going and keeping it with you, so you will master everything around you. You master your emotions, you master your triggers, and that'll help you stay in that winning mindset. And like you said, Mr. Destin, I am living that daily. It's something that now I get to tell my clients. I'm not telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I know. And it was hard earned, but out of all of that, I'm so thankful that I could take that experience and fix myself to share that with other people. And that's what I want you to always take away from not only this book, but from my chapter as well, how to master yourself and how to keep that winning mindset. So again, I'm super happy to be a part of the project, and I'm so excited for the movement. I'm so excited for the conference, and I'm ready for those next levels and those next steps.
Listen, like I told y'all before, she may be this may be her first project, but she ain't no rookie in this in what she do. So much information, so much love, and so much passion to do what she does. But wait a minute, y'all. Y'all think y'all done have some energy. This young lady flew down from DC this weekend. And when I say I am like I'm younger, but I'm wore out. The energy, the let's go get it, let's go have some fun. We got to go here. This is happening today. This young lady, when we met through someone else who was under my tutelage at the time, and kind of did some things that didn't need to be done. Miss Nisi said, "No, I like the way that you're moving, and I'm watching how everything is happening around you. I'm sticking with you because I've grown and I've learned so much from you." Since then, she launched her book. I want to say last year, she launched her book to #1 bestseller, The Universal Manifestation Journal. And now, as a part of this project, she is now a 4-time Amazon best-selling author. She's a domestic violence survivor. She works for one of the most prestigious places in the country. I ain't gonna mention it, but she does some major. You gotta have certain clearances to even kick it with her on a daily basis. So, with that being said, I'm gonna introduce y'all to Miss Monica Nisi Earl Washington.
Oh my. Thank you so much. I am so glad to be a part of this project. So it's just been a blessing for me. And you talk about the energy. So you got to know where I come from, because I come in the chapter to where uh, I'm thankful. I'm thankful to God. I'm a very humble person. I'm a very loving person. I got a happy go lucky attitude. I came from a little country, rural town where uh, I'm not really sure if they understood what a mindset was, a winning mindset was. There was no role model for me. There was nobody that deposited anything good uh, into me. Um, I come from over 35 years of domestic violence and didn't even know it was domestic violence. And just somewhere along the line, having confidence in myself and running into domestic violence and not knowing it's domestic violence, and just because you think somebody might be able to do something good or doing something good for you, you think that that's not domestic violence, but it is domestic violence messing with your mindset. You don't even know what winning is until you realize you got to disconnect to reconnect. And when I say disconnect to reconnect, you got to disconnect from people that don't want to see you win. You got to disconnect from people that will tell you that it's okay to stay over there in the loser mindset because of whatever issues they have going on with you. They don't want to see you win. They want you to stay where you at so you can help them water their grass to grow and prosper. So the energy that I have is because I overcame one of the biggest deceptions of them all. And I mean, sometimes you run into people in life and you get some curveballs and you get run over by different people. But I beat the biggest deception of them all. I beat the biggest plot of them all. I beat the biggest plan. I was left for dead to be buried. And it wasn't from my spouse people. This is from my own people. And so I had to fight to get back once I learned about the affair. I only have one sibling. So when I found out about the affair of my sibling and the connection they had with my spouse, I'm like, I started singing what's the song? I'd rather be blind than to see some of this stuff that was going on, because I can't win like this. So when you see the energy and how I'm running right now, this time last year I was in poverty. I was poor in the DC area, Maryland area. I was struggling and coming from nothing, trying to fight a man that wanted to bury me because I stood up to domestic violence. I couldn't take it anymore because I could feel my mind leaving my body. And I stood up, but I had to go back and recognize where it started at. And I was in denial for over 35 years that I came up under and raised up under domestic violence and the way I was treated. And I accepted it because I didn't have anybody to tell me that it wasn't right. I didn't have no role models. I didn't have no guidance. I didn't have nothing. Everything I was told when I was growing up was degrading. It was evil. It was mean. How ugly I was and things I could not do. School wasn't even offered to me when I graduated high school. I have an opportunity to go to college and it wasn't even talked about at the table. So I did the best that I could with what I had. So when you see me running, you see me happy, you see me clapping to be on this. One thing that I did know how to do, I knew how to keep a journal because I didn't know how to do anything else. I was so angry as a child. So I wrote everything down. I ain't know nothing else to do. And I said, I'm going to take whatever I can and make the best of it. So I took everything that I had. And I was told, even as I stood up to the domestic violence, well, you know your age, maybe you shouldn't say anything, be quiet, find another way not to make a person angry. Okay, so don't make them angry and stay here and die. I was told that by an educator, aunt of mine. I let it all go. I let over $200,000 in income go because I was well taken care of, well kept. $500,000 home because I was losing. So when I come into this chapter, to tell people how I had to find my winning mindset in God, how I prayed, how I fast. That was the one thing that my grandmother instilled in me. That was the one thing that I didn't turn loose of. That was the only thing that I knew. And the only way I was able to get out alive after learning of the things that they wanted to do to destroy and bury me, not from my spouse family, but from my own family. So it was a shock when I realized. And I said, well, I got to fast. I got to pray. I ain't know anything else. And one of the things that's in my book that I speak about, because I had nothing, had nowhere to go, didn't know what to do. I speak about 2 King chapter 4, the widow woman. They were coming to get her sons. And she didn't want them to have her sons, and she had nothing. She had no money. Her husband, deceased husband, left her in debt. They had nothing. Had a lot of legal debt, trumped up charges because I stood up to be quiet, to mash me down. And I said, I can't do this no more. It's killing me. And she trusted God. And as she went around in the city and gathered up all her vases for her oil, with just a little bit of oil, she trusted God, and the oil kept pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring. And he told her to pay the debt and live off the rest. That's how I got here, trusting God's word. So when you see me today, I stand for every sister that didn't make it, any woman that didn't make it. And I thank God for this opportunity to be able to write my part in the story. Just a little old Southern girl. I just wrote everything down. BOBM, Sugar Ray Destin took everything because it was all over the place. He put it in a manuscript, sent it back, and I was like, what? Okay. So, yeah, I'm very excited to be here because last year I couldn't see nothing about getting on a plane, and I'm staying at the Marriott at the Galleria. When last year I was scraping to pay last legal bills, didn't have no food, and still getting up, going to work, pulling 3 jobs. Yeah, I got a lot to be excited about. Get this book. This book is everything. Powerful, strong authors in this book. Workbook is amazing. I looked at my part in the workbook and I said, okay. So I'm now out motivating and speaking to people in the DMV area. And if I have to be a safe haven, like I told one organization in DC, I'll be a safe haven to help people because you don't have to stay. And I was scared. But I said, you know what? It ain't about money. It ain't materialistic thing. I got to let this go. But I'm here today in Houston, Texas. And I'm at the Marriott Galleria. and I wrote my story. So I thank you, Sugar Ray Justin, for giving me an opportunity. And I'm so glad to be a part of this powerful book with all these great, powerful authors. And thank you so much. Go get the book.
Come on, listen. When you listen to Ms. Nisi's story, you know that um, there's some key principles in there, and some key principles that's going to free and emancipate some people from situations that are not healthy for them. And I will always say this: um, domestic violence doesn't just happen to women. Just because a woman does not hit does not mean that it's not domestic violence. That's called um, mental abuse, right? And you have to know how to walk away to protect yourself. Sometimes your peace is more important than um, than the peace, right? Um, so with that being said, listen, I gotta I've introduced everybody as my brother and my sister as as well as I can. Um, and I found out that this guy, we may actually be family. He grew up in the same parts of the country that I was born in. Grew up in Galveston County, and I was born in John Seeley Hospital in Galveston, Texas, before I moved to Houston. Knows a lot of the same people, but guess what? We got the same birthday. Same birthday, 5 years apart. I'll let y'all figure out who's older or younger. But when I met this guy, I met him through Chip. Like I said, Chip is a connector, a true connector. Um, and and he said, man, I got to get you on the phone with this guy. This guy he's a good guy. He's ready to go. He's interested in working on his book, on his project. I said, let's talk. We got on the phone and it was like that. It was instant. The connection was there, just the energy, the good vibes. He always has a positive spirit, always looking to help, always looking to go to the next level, serial entrepreneur. And let me say it this way. Also former NFL football player, currently the secretary of the Houston chapter of the NFL Players Association. But if you ever meet him in person, he walks around so humble and so quiet, so soft spoken that you would never know that he has all these accomplishments under his belt. That's why I brag on him, right? But he's currently running running the 7-on-7 football league and doing player development. Has helped over 200 kids get over 400 million in scholarship money. Hold on now. Y'all can't be playing the music because then we get banned. Facebook will be like, no, we can't watch the video no more. Nah, but over 400 million in scholarship money, helping these kids go to school on scholarships. I introduce y'all to my brother, Mr. Reggie Rusk.
Appreciate you, brother. You know, it's hard for me to brag on myself, so I'll pay you to do it for me. Nah, just playing around. Hey, you know, like I said yesterday, I'm very appreciative to be in a group of like-minded individuals who are out here trying to change the world one person at a time. And that's the beauty of being around people like that's on this call right now. And I'm just going to talk about a little bit of me being a sports guy. I've played sports my entire life, so I always relate everything to sports. So I'm going to talk about team. Together, everyone achieves more. And the T is for together. And all of us have come together to work on this project and turned it into a number one. And to make all of that happen, a lot of things have got to connect in order for us to be able to accomplish this and to form a true team. So when we all are coming together, we need coaches or leadership. And with Sugar Ray, guess what? We got a great coach who knows what he's doing. He's putting a game plan together, and that game plan has translated into over 300 people becoming #1 Amazon booksellers. And that's some very impressive. That's some things that a lot of us, me, myself included, I wanted to make sure that I wanted to write a book. It was just a goal for me. And talking to Sugar Ray, it turned into a business. And I had no idea that this all was going to translate to the way that it is. But I took his leadership. And let's not get it twisted. I'm a leader. But I was able to take the leadership of someone else because he's the expert in his field. So for you guys that are new to this or looking to grow and build on this, take that leadership because he's an expert in his field. Just like if I was looking for another field and I came to one of you guys and you were the expert, now I'm going to defer to you and be led by you. So we all being led by Sugar Ray. And the other thing I want to stress is the buy-in. Each of us have to buy in to the coaching, to the leadership, because without the buy-in, we don't have success. We don't have all of these people on this call doing the things that's going to take us to #1, right? That's the most important thing. So once you have the leadership and you have the buy-in and you have all of us being very all of us chipping in to do our part. I'm sorry, I slipped up a little bit. All of us doing our part to make this a success. Here we are at #1. So that's the whole true meaning of a team. And I always talk to my kids about building a house. The first thing that you do when you build that house, you tear down whatever structure that was there before so we can restructure it and build something new. The next thing that we're going to do is build that foundation. And with the leadership of BOBM, and the leadership of Sugar Ray, he's allowed us to build this foundation that's over 300 people have became #1 Amazon bestsellers. That's a huge accomplishment for any group of people. Now, the next thing for us is to take this to another level. Just like Sugar Ray is having this March 4th, I believe you said, this conference. That's another way for us to take this to a whole nother level. You have so many powerful people on this call, so many different stories, people coming from different walks of life. The one thing that's I think is common between all of us, we probably dealt with a lot of trauma in our lives, and we got a lovely story that we can package up and give to other people who are struggling or going through the same things that we have experienced. And us being experts in those fields and experts in that trauma, now we can help a lot of people. And my whole thing in my whole entire life is about how can I make someone else's life better from the experiences that I've went through myself. So Sugar Ray, I want to give these accomplishments and everything that we've accomplished. I want to give you guys that respect and that honor, because without you guys and without your leadership, none of this would be possible. And I know when we met, and Chip, when I first met Chip, I knew he was a great guy, very soft-spoken, but just a genuine person. And when he introduced me to you and I called to make this, finish off my book, my first book, I knew after that conversation that you were the guy that I could sit back and be led by. And I'm not a selfish person. So I sat there along for the ride and became a #1 Amazon bestseller. And again, on this project, got with a bunch of great people that want to change the world. And I don't want to stop here. I want to make sure that we're not just stopping here. I want to continue this. And I think that we can do something major. I'm always thinking in a major way. What can we do? What can we all come together again and put our brains together and come up with something big, something major that maybe we can go across the country telling our stories and helping people all across the country, not just in the little areas or towns that we're in now. So again, I appreciate Sugar Ray and his team and for the leadership that you guys have displayed.
And I look forward to not only this project, but I look forward to other projects in the future. And I know all of it's going to be a success because together, all of us are going to achieve a lot more. We've already proven that. So all we have to do is buy into the system, trust the leadership that we have, and just change the world one person at a time. So appreciate you guys. Thank you for letting me get my little 2 minutes in. And I look forward to working with each and every one of you later in the near future.
Oh man, come on. Listen, I want to bring everybody back just so you can see that was definitely powerful. And I thank you. For those that don't know, we started launching Authors to Bestseller. Though we're at 330 as of today, we started in August of 2020, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. That's almost an author, just about an author every 2 days that we've launched to bestseller. And like me and Chip always joke about when Puffy says it, can't stop, won't stop. It ain't gonna stop. So just my little sister Erica said, I'm not a gangster, but sometimes I get gangster. I've learned that business is way more gangster than the streets. Trust me, it's way more gangster than the streets, and we are not going to stop through the storms and through the difficulties. We're gonna keep it pushing. But I want to read something before we wrap up, and then I'm gonna let everybody give like a quick hit of motivation to y'all, because I know y'all have been watching, and we appreciate y'all for tuning in with us. But this is something that I wrote in my very first book called Claim Your Destiny. And it's called It Takes a Village. It talks about the team. And for those of y'all that don't know, yes, I do write poetry. I don't like open mic poetry because I don't like the and the flowing rhythm or whatever. Everybody can't sound the same. I'm sorry. I'm not into that. If I'm gonna give you my poems, you're gonna pay me for it. Point blank. But shots fired. Says it goes like this. It goes like, I told y'all, business is way more gangster. It's called It Takes a Village. It says, we came together and accomplished the impossible dreams, right? Through a combination of teamwork, accountability, and synergy, nurtured an idea that started within and became a vision. Through proper planning, effective action carried out with precision, we brought our strengths together as one and replaced our flaws. We put our inhibitions aside, working for the good of the greater cause. Our team saw beyond anything the eyes of one man could have seen. Through the strength of our expertise, we built the impossible dream. Winning Mindset Conference is coming to you March 4th, 2023. The documentary will be coming out shortly thereafter or before, working with the videographer now. The curriculum and courses will be coming soon. So if you're ready to take your life to the next level and you ready to have that winning mindset, despite all those obstacles, despite all those haters, despite everything that you're going through right now, and you ready to go to that next level, come on, y'all. This is what we do on a regular basis. We just make it look easy. My favorite Michael Jordan commercial is the one where he said, it's my fault. He said, I made it look easy. Y'all go back and look that commercial up. You don't see the blood, sweat, and tears. You don't see the tears that are cried. You don't see the battles that are fought behind the scene. You don't see the negativity that we've dealt with, the character, the people trying to assassinate our character. You don't see the people that think we are winning at a much higher level than we are and are placing themselves at our tables just so that they can eat off of it. This is a family. And everybody in this book brought love, they brought wisdom, they brought strength, and they brought it to help you go to the next level, because we know everybody right now is dealing with a storm in their personal life. It could be a good storm, it could be a bad storm, but everybody's dealing with the storm. We put this project together to help you to understand that you can win at all times. It's not just a sometimes thing. Even when you lose and you win, because your worst days are better than somebody else's best days. And your best days are still reaching up to somebody else's worst days. So with that being said, this is what the winning mindset is. It's about changing your thoughts, which become habits, and your habits become your lifestyle. We want to show you how to have a much better lifestyle where you can live at the highest level and be the highest version of yourself. Not the highest version, the highest version of yourself. So listen, I'm gonna let these amazing authors close us out. Y'all go in any order that y'all want. I just want light them up.
You said light them up.
Light them up.
We
Light the stage on
light 'em
fire. Listen.
up. I'm just kidding.
Listen. Listen, Linda. Listen.
No, but something motivational. Like I said at the beginning, success is determined by how much failure you experience in life. When you become so resilient to where you become at peace with your problems and you're able to feel the feelings. Kristen, you know exactly where I'm coming from, therapeutically speaking. When you become so resilient in the heartbreaks and the mess ups, that's when you become successful. When you are at that point in life, when you can feel it, but don't become it, that's when you have that winning mindset. That's when you're able to understand, okay, that's why I went through what I went through, because I'm able to give exactly what I can do and tell other people how I've been able to make it through. So let's go.
Come on, y'all, jump in.
Well, I guess I'll go since we closing out. So I guess for me, one of the things that I will say is that um, never get comfortable with being around unhealed, broken people. One of the books that I do remember reading, because I always read when I was young, was Who Moved My Cheese? And what I remember is that they always kept the shoes tied around their neck. And when I read the book, I didn't really understand it, because then you had the older rats, and they was like, oh, they're, we've achieved, we've arrived, but they kept getting comfortable. And I never wanted to get comfortable. I always kept running. I always kept my shoes tied around my neck. So when I need to go to the next level, I need to go to the next step, I kept surrounding myself around people. If I didn't know something, I surrounded myself with people that were winning when I didn't even know what winning looked like. But they deposited something in me that was not deposited into me to help me reach better levels, for me to get to what I needed, and that would keep me grounded, and most importantly, keep me in society. So the Who Moved My Cheese is something that I keep on a regular. Keep your shoes tied around your neck. Be ready to go. Be ready to jump in. Be ready to go.
I guess I'll go. Um, I just want to say that, when we're talking about mindset, anything that you think about yourself being able to do, you can accomplish. It's the craziest thing. I talk to my athletes all the time. And, first of all, we have to have a vision to see ourselves being successful. But once we see that vision and we know that we can accomplish those things, and we implant that into our minds, we can do some extraordinary things. And, like I told you guys yesterday, I saw myself playing in NFL. And when that was over, I saw myself owning my own business. And I saw myself helping other athletes who, because I didn't want them to have the same struggles that I did, when I was in high school or whatever. So all of those were visions that I had for my life. And I was very intentional about how I was going to go about it. But it just goes to show you and proves to you that if you believe this to be true, it will be true. Your work is just to keep following through with everything that you have set place for yourself. No matter, like Miss Erica said earlier, failure is good, because failure is going to teach you what not to do the next time. As long as you stay on that one path, you're going to be successful. It doesn't matter how long it takes to get there, because God has a plan for you. You may think it's supposed to happen overnight, but he might make it 10 years, but you stay committed to that task and it's going to happen. So that's for anyone who needs encouragement out there. Stay committed to the goal, and I promise you it will happen. So always just remain diligent to what you want to accomplish in life.
I'll piggyback off that, and I think I've learned the most through failure. But my parting words are is 2 words actually. And if you're watching the replay or you're watching this live, type this: is don't quit. Don't quit for 2 reasons. One, to have the winning mindset, you can't quit. So you keep going no matter what comes in front of you. You figure out a way forward and you keep moving. But also, if you don't quit, you win the war of attrition. Whether you work in a day job, you're starting your own business, whatever it is, attrition means something is leaving, whether somebody else quit or another business failed. That gives you the opportunity to step into that market or step into that role. And since you didn't quit, you've already learned a lot of things. You failed and learned from those mistakes. So you're in a better position to execute once you get that opportunity. So don't quit. Keep that in your mind. No matter what it is, you can get past it. It'll be tough. It'll hurt. You might even cry a little bit, but you'll get past it. You'll move forward and be a stronger person. The next time you feel that pain, you'll remember how it was before and know it's going to get better. So keep moving forward and don't quit.
All right. I've heard pretty much everything that I was thinking, because brilliant minds think alike, but I'll add something short and simple. Master your mind, master your thoughts. You master that, you master yourself. And when you master yourself, you master that winning mindset, and you'll go far. So keep that in mind. It's all about your mental mindset and mastering everything around you.
Just to bounce off of that, like I said, with great, that first one, that G, be grateful, man. Don't worry about those things that you do not have. Concentrate on the things and the people that are in your life that can spray that positivity throughout your body. So don't worry about those struggles. Don't worry about those negative people out there. Don't worry about that failure that you face. Just keep pushing forward. Concentrate on that positiveness. If there is no positiveness, make it positive. So don't worry about those opportunities that you don't have. Make it happen. Be grateful just to open your eyes up and live another day, man. When you can open your eyes and live another day, there is an opportunity for you to succeed. So just be grateful.
Amen. All right, I'll wrap us up. For me, I wholeheartedly, with everything I got, believe that if there's greatness, success, you want to make your mindset be a winning mindset, you have to go attack it, right? It's not going to come to you. Just like, Woods just said, you have to make it happen, period. Like, no excuses. You have to make it happen. And I believe that you have to go get it. And so what we'll do, I'll count it down 1, 2, 3. And the winning mindset authors, we're going to give you a good go get it to set you on your path to your winning mindset. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute. Hold on.
We got to get them off mute.
Yeah, Erica got to get off mute. She's saving all that energy back there.
All that energy over there. Bottled up.
Getting it ready.
Come on.
All right, we good now? We good now, y'all? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Go get it. Let's go.
Listen, until next time, y'all, this has been Book Talk Live. We have enjoyed being with y'all. We love y'all. We'll see y'all next time.